Hey, I don't need to tell you guys this. You already know Halloween's ruined. It's absolutely ruined, pretty much canceled. The pandemic is still here, still thriving. We thought maybe it'd be gone by now, but it's not, is it? Halloween's ruined. So I thought, I don't know, maybe I could save it. Maybe I could save it for y'all. Is this scary? Am I frightening you? So I wrote a spooky story, and I'm gonna try and share it with you in attempts to completely save Halloween, if I can do that. If I have the power to single-handedly save Halloween with one spooky story, I would love to do that for y'all. So that's what I'm here to try and do. I don't know, guys. It's been a weird time. I don't know. This is my scary story. Let's set a bit of a mood. It's a little bit dramatic here. How's this? Ooh, that's spooky. The spookiest green. Ah! And I dropped the camera, so that's okay. Okay, how's this? Dramatic enough for you? Let's do it. Once upon a time. Okay? Once upon a time, there was a girl, and she was the smartest, fastest girl there ever was. Straight up. She was so fast, no one could ever catch her, no matter how hard they tried. Anyway, so this girl went to school, and this school was called Scarecrow University. Yep, you heard it right. And if that isn't scary enough, get this. This school is actually really bad at paying its electricity bills. So often, they would literally have to light their rooms by candlelight. Just imagine that. It's actually made it pretty hard to see in the classrooms, but this girl, she never cared because she was so fast. Anyway, long story short, one day this girl was on her way to school, okay? And it was like, it's a pretty chilly day. There's actually a lot of clouds in the sky, if you can imagine that, and she was on her way to school. Something about this day made her nervous. She had this really spooky feeling in her gut about this day, but because she was such a smart girl, she still went to class that day. She's really dedicated to her studies. And this would go on to be the biggest mistake she's ever made. Okay, so get this. She gets to school, okay, and she walks in. No one else was there. Not a single soul. This is pretty weird considering it was a pretty big school. Not like the biggest school, but it's pretty big. And there's usually people there, for sure. But today, nope. No one was there. So she was like, that's odd. Usually there's people here. But today, no one's here. I wonder why, she thought. Do you know why? Anyway, this girl was pretty smart, so she decided to go to class anyway because she didn't want to miss her lesson. Again, pretty dedicated. So she was sitting in her classroom, right? When all of a sudden she felt a shiver. Kind of like that. Remember, no one's there. She's like, "Whoo, what was that?" She thought. Then she felt a second shiver. Like, "Whoo! What's happening?" she said. Then she noticed the projector started moving on its own. Okay? So imagine this. You're a girl, you're just sitting in your class, you're ready to learn. No one's there, getting these weird shivers, and the projector starts moving by itself. Actually it turned on. And it's pretty weird, but that day's lesson just started happening as normal. The slides started going. She was like, "What?" she exclaimed. "What?" This was pretty weird. And as the slides kept moving, she actually decided it was probably in her best interest to start taking notes. I mean, it was a pretty weird day, like I said, but she was really smart and really didn't want to miss the lesson. Anyway, so class ends and she leaves and she notices like the lockers were opening and shit. And then that's when it hits her. There's no good way to ease into this, but everyone in the school had turned into ghosts. They really just jumped right into that. Everyone in the school turned to ghosts. Did you see that coming. A whole school of ghosts. Seriously, what? What? She said. It just hit her. How did this happen? How did everyone turn into ghosts except her? Right? Anyway, this is pretty weird. Who's still watching this? Anyway, let's wrap this up. It was pretty weird. And she knew that she was really fast, right? And that she could run home just like that. But you know what she did? She stayed for the rest of her classes. She finished that up. She took down all the notes and assignments that she could. She was being really brave. And then when school was done, she left, but she actually didn't leave too fast because she didn't want to offend any of the ghosts. So she tried to just walk at like a normal medium pace, like nothing was the matter, you know. Anyway, so later that night she gets home, right? And she actually lives with her boyfriend. His name's Alex. And she got home and she was pretty happy to be home. Honestly, it was a weird day. And she kind of was excited to be able to talk to Alex about all this because it's just really weird. She just needed someone to vent to. Actually, her boyfriend's actually pretty good to her, honestly. He was always really attentive to her needs and supported her through all her hardships. But anyway, she was like, Alex, you will never believe what happened today. Alex, are you there? Alex, she said. She was looking at Alex and even shaking him a little bit when all of a sudden she saw him do that shiver, that one from before. And she looked down at her hands and they weren't there. That's it. That's my story. That's the whole thing. I kind of like to leave a lot of mystery in my Halloween stories. I like to leave them up to, you know, interpretation, however you see fit. Whatever you need to get out of this story, it's up to you. But that's it. That's my story. I hope I vastly improved your Halloween situation. I'm just really doing my best here. I think we're all just doing our best. I hope you have a happy Halloween. Just have the happiest Halloween you possibly can, okay? That's it. That's my story. Happy.